So
So who
next
next?
up is
Cam?
Uncle Cam,
Yeah, love
Cam
this guy.
Schlittler.
Think he's going to be better. I'm not seeing, I don't see regression. I know that seems like it's unusual because he has such a great rookie time, but I don't think that he's even reached his I don't think he was around long enough to have a really good rookie year and a sophomore slump. I think what you're going to have now, he's still going to be like on the upside of that rookie experience, and um, I love it. I think there's nothing I don't like about this guy, and I think that he's got a changeup in there that he's working on. He kind of canned, but we'll see that if he uses it at some point in the season. But then again, we've got another six pitch guy. A guy who comes in who could throw everything, pretty much everything for
I
a
don't know if he's
strike, which
a
is
six
part
pitch
of what.
guy. I think he's more of a four pitch guy. I
Yeah.
think he's got, fastball, changeup, and two breaking balls.
Mm.
One of them is a cutter and one of them's slider curveball. But
He seems to. They say he uses this thing. Well, I don't really know what the sweeper is, but I keep
well,
hearing
it's
about
sweeper.
in
It's a
his
curveball.
sweep.
It's a sweeper goes across more than it goes up and down.
Hmm.
But my biggest issues with him, and it's going to be odd. I mean, obviously he was a stud last year, and what
Hmm.
I do like a lot with regard to him is in 2023 he pitched 46 innings
Hmm.
in professional baseball. In 24 he made the big jump to 120, and then last year between the minors and the majors, 73 in the majors, he threw 149 innings, not including the playoffs. That's a normal pitching progression, pretty much. The 46 to 120 is a lot, but 120 to 160, 30 to 50 innings increase is what the Yankees have been preaching for years, right? They don't want to, they don't want guys going from zero to 150, but he went from 120 to about 150, 160. That's good. And he didn't
Hmm.
really show signs of slowing down. What bothers me and scares me a little is not skill set, but through yesterday, he has thrown 6 innings in spring.
Yeah.
And if he gets one more start, I mean, he's looked great, but is he ready to go 6 innings on Friday night? Now, a week from tonight, he's pitching.
Yeah.
Is he going to be ready to go 6 innings? I don't know how he can, but
No, I think they're thinking it's gonna be a short game for him. They probably will put him on a pitch limit. And it'll be if he throws a lot of strikes, beautiful. If he gets a lot of contact, beautiful. He's just walking guys, then we're gonna have then you'll see them going early to the bullpen. That's
yeah,
probably what they haven't said it, but I think they have admitted that he's not 100. He's not going to be. He's not. What's the term? He's not stretched out yet.
no, I mean
That's
he's pitched 6 innings in 2 starts. So his next start he should be able to go 4 innings, 5 innings maybe. So maybe he will be ready. He's been great, and obviously he's 10 strikeouts in 6 innings. He's only walked one guy, which is very impressive. Um, the projections for him for this year have him dropping innings wise from his 149, but an increase to his Yankee innings. And I don't know exactly why they're only projecting about 100 innings for him. I would have projected more like 150 innings for him again. And I don't know, that's looking at baseball reference. I thought it would be more than that. He is going to be long term. Put it this way, long term, he's going to slot in as a number two, number three starter on this team because they got Cole, Freed, and Rodon and him locked up. The thing that's a little interesting to me in a good way is that his major league whip and his hits per nine that he had in the minors carried over to the majors last year. And he faced teams multiple times. I mean, it wasn't the first time he faced the Blue Jays when he saw them in the playoffs and pitched great, right?
yeah.
His walk rate is up slightly and his K rate's down slightly, but that's to be expected when you get to the major league hitters because they say that's the biggest jump is AAA to the majors. So, from a
Mhm.
standpoint of was there any reason to believe he can't pitch at the major league level? Absolutely not.
Mm.
The only issue is he going to be ready to go? And is this back issue a bigger issue than anybody? Right? It's his back. Wasn't it his back for him?
It was at his back. I thought it was again another lat. It was
Lats
lats
in your back. So
back.
we'll go with that. And then,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
but
you start talking about lats. I mean, then we get into the next guy, your friend and mine, Luis Heel,
mm,
right? His progression of innings is all over the freaking place. Not to mention his walk rate going up every year and his strikeout rate going down every year.
yeah,
25, he pitched 57 innings. um, which plus 13 in the minors, which is 70, plus the postseason, which he didn't pitch very many. But in 24, he pitched 151 and 2/3, but he missed all of 23 pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but the velocity issue is a big problem. Last year in March, he had a lat strain and he was out till August.
Yeah. And
In
that's,
24, he had a lower back strain and missed time in August, even though he pitched 152, almost 152 innings. He missed time in August on the IL. And 22, which caused him to miss 23, he had TJ surgery. So, I was a big proponent of going big in the trade market and seeing what value he has as a controllable asset, even with a minor league option like he has. Having him and other prospects, because we could talk about Yankee prospects. There was that great article that I sent you guys that I forgot who it was wrote, how the Yankees haven't had any prospects that have done worth a damn in the field, especially. But packaging him with another top prospect and seeing if it's a way to get Peralta to get over here, even if it's for one season, they would have been better off with Peralta in the rotation. But that's not something that they
not going to
even.
happen
It's
now.
not like they even contemplated it.
No, they don't.
So,
They don't do that. No, it's very sad. I mean, this is a guy that should have been traded last year. Um, was
well, he
not.
wasn't good last year when he came back. He should have been traded
No,
before last season.
spring. So he should have been traded in the winter
Yeah,
last
he should
year
have been
when
traded
they could
after.
have gotten Kyle. They could have gotten Kyle Tucker. Wasn't he the?
He was
Wasn't
the
he the
holdup. He
missing
was the
piece in the
holdup in the
Tucker?
Tucker deal. He was.
I mean, that's terrible. I mean, I'm not saying that Tucker would have been another. I'm wondering who was in the Tucker deal. Beside, I can't remember. Aside from,
Yeah, but
um,
obviously before last season he was at his highest value, and then last year he missed so
yeah,
much time. Um, Maybe the Yankees knew he missed so much time, but they did say Hill was one of the holdups on the Tucker deal, which I don't like dealing with Houston. I think I might hate them more than any other team, and
yeah.
it has nothing to do with the cheating either. That's what's funny is I just hate them for some reason.
Mm.
But there was a lot of stuff out there in the offseason that the Yankees could have played with. Peralta, Edward Cabrera, they both got traded.
Well, they didn't
Shane
do it.
Baz got traded from the
Yeah,
Rays,
there were
and then
guys,
obviously you still
but
got
they have
Sandy
faith in
Alcantara.
these young guys. I mean, they really do, and we'll get to that later. But I think that he'll, the big problem with him is everything plays off the fastball. He's got an amazing fastball that's
But he
elite.
doesn't have an amazing fastball.
That's it. It's losing itself. So if that fastball is off by 3 miles an hour, he's got nothing now. He's got no other weapons. He's got a decent slider. It's an excellent pitch, but it has to be functioning with a fastball.
Right.
It's necessary. It only works with the fastball. So he's working on a changeup. It's gone anywhere. So he really is a one pitch guy with two when he's working. Otherwise, he's very, very, and if he has no command, which is a big problem now,
But his command
he's
last year
done.
was god awful and drove me
Yeah.
crazy. And
I
whenever
my,
the
my
guys have
gut
no
tells me
command, it
he's
drives me
out.
crazy.
My gut tells he may be done. Now I'm not. He may be done with them. Like they may find a way. Maybe he goes back to the minors. He learns something. I don't know, but I don't think he's. I don't feel
Well,
like
he's
he's
not
going to
going
be
back to
on
the
the team.
minors to start the season. That's for sure.
What was that?
He's in the rotation to start the season.
Yeah. Well, then let me ask you a question. I was going to hold off on it. Any opportunity to go with Lagrange?
No,
No, you think that there's never no
he's not.
situation.
First of all, he's not on the 40-man roster.
Well, they have to.
They need to move somebody off the 40-man roster in order for that to happen.
Mhm.
I actually, when we get to the end of this, I was looking at those exact things because I was looking at, okay, who could be their fourth or fifth starter? Who could be the guy that comes in the middle of the season? And when we get to that, I can talk to you about the 40-man roster. There's guys on the 40-man roster that they could easily just say, we'll see you later, alligator. There's two or three guys at the bottom, but every team has two or three guys at the bottom of the 40-man. And I'm not talking about 22-year-olds. I'm talking about Max
Mhm.
Schumann and a bunch of other guys. So next up is Will Warren, who has had 5 starts in spring training for 20 innings and has been out of control good.
And hasn't even made it. Nobody's even talking about it.
Well, they're talking about
I
him a
noticed.
little bit, but he's pitched 20 innings, 12 hits, and 3 walks, 16 strikeouts.
Yeah.
He's allowed 1 homer, I think, 1.3 walk rate. His strikeout rate is down a little bit. It's 7 point whatever, whereas during the season last year it was at 9.5. But his walk rate last year was way too high at 3.6. So if he gets his walk rate down and still gets guys out, I mean, the guy did make 33 starts last year. And he is going to be a 3-4-5 starter, probably a 4 starter if he stays with the Yankees. And if you can get a number 4 starter who's going to throw 33 starts on 160 innings like he did, that's freaking unbelievable. It's not
It
like
really is amazing.
not like you're going to get Cuellar,
No,
Palmer, McNally, Dobson, and who's
no.
to throw 200 innings and 250 innings each and win 20 games like the Orioles did in the 70s. He averaged 4.9 innings per start. If he can get that up to closer to 5.9, that would be amazing. Every starter struggles with that. Last year he threw, threw 123 innings in 23, 131 innings in 24, and 162 innings last year. So his progression also is normal, such that it's not going to be that the Yankees pushed him too hard, because nobody's going to pitch more than 180, 85 innings. So it's not like the Yankees are going to push him too hard to cause an injury. He's had the normal progression that the Yankees like to have and every team likes to have. And quite frankly, he's been better each year he's been in the majors. And he has no major injury history. And he seems to be like a guy who's in really good physical shape.
Yeah, we'll say it's going to be interesting. I think that he had I think a very good first season. Doesn't get a lot of credit for it, but I think the team gives him a lot of credit for it. Like the fans aren't really. They seem to have. There are a lot of people who didn't like him last year.
Well, that's because they let King go in order to keep Warren. Before the 24 season, right? And King left before 24, and it was in essence they chose the King over Warren.
Yeah.
In order to get Soto, so there was a little bit of this, and he was bad in 24. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
no, he's terrible. But
he didn't
last
pitch
year
much at the major league level in 24.
Had moments last year, and I think that it's great that he's having a good spring because that does help. Not that the stats matter, but there's certainly confidence building, and that's something I think we should be happy about. But and then what do you think about final last but not least, our new friend, Mr. Weathers?
Well, that's the thing is you're talking about getting better and stats don't matter. Well, stats don't matter in spring training. At least Weathers better hope they don't match. Yeah. I mean, his dad was a better pitcher for the Yankees right now than he is. Last year he threw 38 innings in the majors and 18 in the minors. He also had 8 starts where he averaged less than 5 innings a start. Obviously, he's got a great arm and great stuff, so we're counting on the Yankees' magic pitching coach, Rob Blake, right? But his injury history, last year he had a left forearm strain in March. He came back, and then he had a lat strain in June. And both of those injuries caused a 60-day IL stint for him. So and then also, by the way, in 2024, in June, he went on the 60-day IL with a left index finger strain. Not a blister problem, not a ligament, just a strain. So everything he gets, he goes out for 60 days. Yeah, and he's been going up and down to the minors since 2023. And obviously, the Yankees gave up 4 prospects to get him in January. So they're going to give him better.
They love him. They love something about this guy. Well, they weren't alone either.
They love his arm.
Everyone wanted him. A lot of people love him.
So the Yankees gave up 4 prospects. 2 of them are in the top 20 of the Marlins prospects, and they have a good prospect pool. Dylan Lewis, who's in the Marlins, number 11, and Brendan Jones, who's number 19. Plus, they gave up 2 other guys that are not in the Marlins top 30. So, they gave up 2 good prospects and 2 reaches. Clearly, he's got to be on a short leash if he's the number 5 guy to start the season. Although the Yankees, with all the days off, they play Wednesday, they're off Thursday. They play Friday, they play Saturday, they're off Sunday. Then they go to Seattle on Monday. By the way, I'm going to the game Saturday.
Are you? You're not going. You're going to the third game.
At least Saturday night, I'm going to the game,
Hmm.
which is a 7:15 start for you. It's 4:15 for me.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, but they're off on Thursday and Sunday. I mean,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's some
weird.
craziness there.
Sunday, no baseball on Sunday. It's un-American.
Yes, I was looking
Um,
at how to plan my golf weekend if I was going to play golf this
well,
week.
now you can play golf on
And
Sunday.
now I'm
That
going to play
sounds
golf.
great.
So listen, I spent the day today at a Sharks practice and listening to a lot of stuff with the Sharks because they had a thing for season ticket holders. But um, this week I'll be Yankees Wednesday night, Yankees watching obviously,
Mhm.
Yankees watching Friday and going to the game Saturday.
Good. So
Um, but it
let,
was
let
95 degrees here today
yeah,
and
I just
yesterday.
can't. Fuck you. I'm sorry.
You What's funny is
Who said that?
that's 20 degrees higher than it's supposed to be.
I mean, it's
So
terrible here. I mean, we
it's
still haven't gotten out. Today it was another day. It was a little bit warmer, but
mhm.
it's just it either rains, like right now it's raining. It's supposed to rain all weekend. It's gonna be in the 50s all weekend, but very wet.
Mhm.
And it's just, it's either miserable or freezing. That's
Well,
it.
it actually
So
could have been worse, couldn't it? It could have been the Yankees being at home this weekend or next weekend.
yeah, that would have
But
sucked.
it's been I'm east of San Francisco and Oakland, so about a half
Yeah, you
hour.
always get a
And we
little
always get
bit.
it warmer. So San
Mhm.
Francisco right now was 80 degrees this week, which is unheard of. For us,
Unreal.
we're usually 75 about now. And 95 we only get to for, 2 weeks out of the year in the middle of the summer. So this is
Mhm.
craziness.
Let me ask you, we got to finish up about
Let's go. Let's our next candidate is Paul Blackburn. What do you think?
oh, it's like to me, he's just he's like a maybe an innings eater. I don't really have an opinion strong on these guys. On him and Yarborough, I really like Yarborough. I just don't think I saw very much of Blackburn other than just his he seemed to fill in
He's
when
been
they
he,
when they
he's
need
been
him.
awful.
There's nothing
24 and
wrong with having
25, he was
somebody to
awful.
help.
He
Hmm?
was awful.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't serve them, but it's nice to have its depth, and I don't want him on the team. And the question I have is how long do they go with someone like him? Like if they have problems in the first 2 months of the year, how many like if they get an injury, if Heel doesn't come back, if or he's
Rodon
hurt.
doesn't come back and or Cole doesn't come back. Yeah, I think
Well, but I'm saying the first half. I think
If
the second
Blackburn is in
half
the
is going to be
starting if
interesting.
he's in starting rotation on May 1st, the Yankees are in big trouble.
Yeah. Um, but I also think that
I don't
there,
think he should be. He shouldn't be in the rotation anyhow. You need one guy that you're going to put him in there in a blowout when you're getting blown
Mhm.
out, which happens to every pitcher in the season at least once. That's going to go out there and he's going to throw 100 pitches in 5 innings or 4 innings and just eat up innings, and then you could release him. And Blackburn is that guy.
I mean, yeah. But I'd also really like, I just want to talk. I think we have to bring up this really what we saw from this guy Legrand.
Well, there's other guys that are on the 40-man roster, though. Alvaldo Bito, I don't want to see him as the number 5
I'm not
starter.
going to bring these guys.
Chase Hampton was a top 10 prospect. A top 100 prospect before he got hurt. They just sent him down. He went back. He had TJ surgery, so
Mm.
he's coming back. So we'll see what happens with him. And then you got Elmer Rodriguez, who's also on the 40-man roster. And I think those two guys are going to get a chance before Lagrange does because they're on the 40-man roster.
Maybe. I mean, it's not clear they're going to do that. They may want. I wonder if a guy's on the 40, do they develop him better? Is he if he's on the 40, do they work harder with him? Do they work different with him?
No,
Not
they're in the
harder,
minors.
but
They're going to be on. They're all going to be. They're going to be in the AAA. Hampton's going to be in AAA. Rodriguez, who's never pitched at AAA, is going to be at AAA, and Lagrange is
listen,
going to be at AAA. They're all going to be
listen.
the same place, getting the
They're
same
going to be in the
coach.
same place, but if I'm telling you, if this guy continues to do what he is doing right now,
They have no
we
choice.
are, you know, um, they're going to bring him up. I mean, this guy, he's got the most. So I can't remember the last time I heard somebody who's this electrifying. Probably Severino, maybe at the
Chase
beginning of
Hampton.
Severino.
Well, Chase Hampton was electrifying
He
before him,
never
but he
got,
came up
but
and he
then he
got
get hurt, and that like so that
and
it
that's
did.
it. He got hurt. And Elmer scares me because he's 6'3", 160 pounds. I think my leg
Yeah,
weighs 160 pounds at this point.
I
Um,
love it.
so they have two other guys that are also not on the 40-man. One guy is Brandon Beck, who was great at high A and double A last year, but not as good at triple A. And a
Hmm.
guy named Kate Smith, not the one that was on the Guardians, who topped out at high A, who's also a number 16 prospect for the Yankees. So those are the guys that that are out there. These are the guys in the pitchers that have minor league options. You ready? Doval, they're not sending him down. Fernando Cruz, unless he goes wild, turns into a wild pitcher, they're not sending him down. He's got 3 options, by the way.
Hmm.
Jake Bird, who's been really good in preseason, but we saw what he did last year. Schmidt has an option, but he's on the 40-man, but he's not because he's on the 60-day IL, so he doesn't even count. Schlittler obviously has 3 options. Warren has 2. Weathers has an option, as does Luis Heel. So those guys could all go down, but that doesn't open up a spot in the 40-man roster. The guys that open a spot on the 40-man roster are Max Schumann. He's 28, utility guy. There's no reason to have him and what's the guy's name I'm thinking of? Former Met. First base, third base, left field, right field. Used to play shortstop for the Mets.
Rosario.
Yeah, Rosario. There's no reason to have Schumann and Rosario other than
Okay.
Schumann's a little younger.
Rosario is staying. They spent money. They paid him.
Yeah, Schumann they didn't pay either. Yorbit
No,
Vivas.
they paid
Oh,
Rosario.
yeah, they paid Rosario. Yorbit Vivas is 25 years
He's
old. Have
gone.
we seen enough of him already?
Yeah, he's a minor. He's lucky if he's got a minor league job.
Yeah, the easiest thing for the Yankees to do would be return Cade Winquist back to St. Louis, and he
Yeah.
comes off the 40-man roster. Then there's this other guy. He's Angel Shavili, who stunk all preseason.
Oh my God, Shavihi. He's terrible. I don't know what I just don't know. I've never seen a straighter fastball. He's got no command and the ball doesn't move. It's straight down the middle every time.
Right.
Or wild because he gets scared. Like
Yeah.
he knows he's gonna get hit, so he blows the ball around the sides. So it's bad.
And then
But
Beto, the guy that I mentioned before, he's 30 years old. They claimed him off waivers from the Angels. It didn't cost them anything. Their other option, of
but
course,
these are all guys that are gonna fall off the fourth. One of these guys could
has to fall
easily
off.
fall off
Well, there's another thing they
the
could do on the 40-man roster to make space,
Mhm.
but it's temporary, would be to take Cole, Rodon, or Volpe and push them to the 60-day IL, which takes them off the 40-man until they come off the IL. So, I mean, that's the only way. That's the only flexibility for getting Lagrange on the team is opening up a spot on the 40-man. Same with Beck and a couple other guys, which is why I
Mhm.
think Hampton and especially Rodriguez, because Rodriguez really hasn't pitched above Double A, and he was the hot commodity coming into spring training this year because he made a huge leap last year in his performance. Elmer, you got to have a guy named Elmer on your baseball team. It gives you a little red ass. I don't care what nationality the guy is, but if you're named Elmer, you got to be one tough guy, right? You just got to be. You need an Elmer.
Mhm. I
So
love Elmer, but I love that they changed his name already. They got rid of the Cruz. Apparently, that's not.
the other Cruz,
Yeah.
what's his Rodrigo Cruz or Rodriguez Cruz, whatever his name is, but he's in the minors. They sent him down. I mean, that guy's never done anything except throw the ball hard and trouble throwing strikes. But if they can, the Yankees are good with guys like that. I mean, they got 2.5 years out of freaking Ian Hamilton. I mean, let's face facts. That's a freaking miracle, right? They turned Clay Holmes into a closer. And the Mets are turning him into a starter. I mean, they do good with those guys that are the big burly guys that can throw hard. So we'll see. I mean, the biggest comparison that I read this week for Lagrange was Betances. And Betances, yeah, and Contreras. Those are the guys that he's getting compared to because he's so big.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
All right.
All right, my man.
I
Anything
will
else?
speak to
What you
you.
want to do?
We
What's
will
the
be
next
back.
one?
Those of you who want to watch us, you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Sure. Let's do that. We
And we
love YouTube.
will.
How
We
many people
will.
last week saw our last show?
I didn't look. Do you want me to look right now? I could
Yeah,
dial
look.
in to see how many people ended up watching our last show.
We love that. We love that you come back and see us in the aftermarket, so to speak.
Well, no comment.
We've got nobody who listens to us here. I
No.
don't know. I would be very surprised if we have a listener right now. Do you?
No, Asti listens not live. Oh, by the way, I spoke to Asti yesterday, and
How's he do?
he wanted me to reiterate something to
What,
everybody.
that he's not old?
No, he's old. He doesn't deny it. He wants everybody to know that the idea of Ryan McMahon moving closer to home plate was his. He referenced it to Kramer, and then Kramer started talking about it nonstop. Now, from my perspective, as we've seen, I don't care how close he stands to the home plate. He doesn't make contact. He wasn't making contact on inside pitches, outside pitches, pitches down the middle. He swings and misses. And that's the problem no matter who pitches. Should he move closer to home plate? Yeah, it's not going to hurt him any. But he's not, Joe wants the credit.
It's all his. He can have it, especially since it hasn't worked. He's hitting 104, and he's striking out more than ever. I mean, the guy makes me crazy because I really like the swing. He has a really nice inside out. Like sometimes the ball
Listen,
just fires off his bat.
he's got a
He's got a
beautiful
lovely
swing.
fast swing.
A beautiful swing. So does Esteban Florial, but they don't make contact.
They don't connect. That's the problem. So it looks good, but it's got to be a lot better than that. Anyway, so why don't we do a show?
By the way,
you want to do something Sunday?
215
What?
people.
Wow, that's not bad. I'm impressed. We're getting
Great
out there.
for
We're
us.
almost as big as the John Boy guys now. They get that like in the first 7 seconds of their show, and then they
Right.
get those guys. They get 215 guys fall off the middle of their show. Anyway, so let's do a Sunday night. You want to do a Sunday evening? Are you around, or are you going to playing golf? I don't want to keep.
I am around Sunday night, but I have a fantasy baseball draft.
Oh, you're a league that I'm no longer part of. Wow.
Yes, you're no longer part of the league.
Removed from for poor performance.
You're like Felix Unger. That request came from the commissioner.
Oh boy, it was terrible. So, how about? So you don't want to do something? What time Sunday night is that Sunday? Well, I don't care when we do it, Mike.
I could do it early Sunday
because it doesn't really matter because nobody's listening, so we can just do the show.
And the Yankees don't play Sunday, so it's not like.
Do you think it annoys the mic'd up guys that we do these things and nobody listens? That they watch us on the market afterwards on other platforms?
I don't know how many people are watching us on the Mic'd Up app. I haven't asked for the numbers in a long time.
Because I doubt we have a lot. Most people are.
Well, we're not very consistent. I think this year, there's something to talk about offline. But this year, our plans are to be more active than once.
I'd like to do a show after and either one of us or both of us for every game.
Well, you're not going to be able to stay awake for the late West Coast.
That's hard, but I would do it. I found a way. I did it during the World Series wasn't that late, but
we'll figure it out. Let's do this offline and have this conversation. What time you want to have a show on Sunday?
Let's do. So what time you want to do is 8 o'clock my time bad?
Yeah, 5 o'clock my time. You're not talking about in the morning, obviously. Yeah, I'll still be drafting.
Okay.
You work on Sunday, so what do I know?
I work during the day, but in the evening I'm wide open. So would you like to do 10 o'clock my time?
I think Sunday night's gonna be a challenge for me.
And we'll talk offline.
We'll talk.
All right, folks.
Have a nice life.
Have a nice life.
In prison.
Have good luck in jail.